That late-night work ping, the Sunday scaries, sound familiar? We're told this is normal, even admirable. It's the hustle, the grind, the supposed path to success. But the lines between work and life have vanished. We're always connected, always on, like we've all undergone a quiet version of Severance. Except there's no chip and no off switch. Burnout is now a generational identity. Technology promised freedom, but instead, it's chained us to our screens 24/7. We scroll at red lights, answer emails in grocery lines, take calls at our kids' games, leaving work at work. That's ancient history, or just science fiction. The real prison isn't physical, it's psychological. It's a culture that equates constant availability with value. We talk about crushing goals and slaying to-do lists, the language of battle, not balance. Our personal lives, hobbies, and mental health are the first casualties. We've internalized the idea that our worth is tied to our output, building a prison in our own minds. Exhaustion is worn like a badge of honor, fueled by influencers who glorify impossible routines, like they're the Lumen Wellness team in disguise. We're running a race with no finish line, chasing a version of success that demands everything and gives little back. The bars of this work-life prison are invisible, but they're real. And unlike Severance, there's no innie to suffer for our outie. What would your life look like if work didn't own your time? Drop your thoughts or questions in the comments. I'd love to hear how you'd rewrite the rules. Enter Severance, the Apple TV Plus series that turns our work anxiety into a sci-fi nightmare. At Lumen Industries, employees undergo a procedure that splits their consciousness. Their innie only knows work. Their outie only knows life outside. On paper, it's perfect work-life balance. No more Sunday scaries, no work stress at home. But the innies are prisoners, existing only to work, with no identity or escape. When they try to quit, their outie always refuses. After all, the job seems easy from the outside. Severance exposes the horror of total compartmentalization, a life where your work self is sacrificed for corporate gain. We do a version of this every day, putting on a work persona, suppressing our real selves. The show's perks, waffle parties, finger traps, mirror our own superficial office rewards, distractions from deeper dissatisfaction. Severance asks, if your work self is a separate person, what are you letting happen to them? The line between work and life isn't just blurred, it's been severed. Hustle culture promises that if we work harder and smarter, we'll achieve anything. Startup glory, financial freedom, recognition. Social media and Silicon Valley sell this dream, but for most, the reality is burnout and exploitation. The system isn't a meritocracy. It's stacked with barriers that hard work alone can't overcome. The rise and grind mentality benefits those at the top, while workers accept long hours and low pay as normal. The gig economy is the ultimate hustle illusion. Workers are called entrepreneurs, but lack basic protections and stability. They hustle endlessly, not for wealth, but just to survive. The dream of passion and reward often leads to a dead end, not fulfillment. Characters like Peggy Olson in Mad Men show the personal cost of relentless ambition. Success, but at what price? Hustle culture's one-size-fits-all success leaves many empty, chasing a dream that was never really theirs. The nightmare is realizing the dream was a mirage all along. Philosophers like Marx saw work as meaningful if it isn't alienating. Alienation happens when we're disconnected from our work, our coworkers, and ourselves. The innies in Severance are the ultimate example their work is meaningless, their existence empty. The antidote is autonomy, control over what, how, and why we work. True autonomy means more than flexibility, it requires stability and security. The gig economy promises freedom, but delivers algorithmic control and constant pressure. Meaningful work lets us contribute, create, and connect beyond just productivity. When work thwarts this, we become cogs, not humans. The fight for autonomy is a fight for our very soul. We've been taught that success means more. Money, titles, prestige. Hustle culture justifies endless sacrifice for a future payoff that rarely comes. Severance shows the flaw. Erasing work's pain doesn't create a good life, it creates a nightmare. Fulfillment comes from integration, not severance. Balancing work, play, rest, and relationships. Redefining success means asking what truly brings us joy and purpose, not just what looks good on paper. It's time to unlearn the guilt of rest and the myth that our worth is our job. The stories we tell about work shape our lives and our society. The real question isn't how to work more, but what work should mean in a well-lived life. We don't need to sever ourselves to survive work. We need to remember we're already whole. If this hit home, share it with someone stuck in the grind. And don't forget to subscribe at Chasing Sunsets 49. We dig deeper into the philosophy of modern life every week. Take care.